Welcome. My name is Riley Mulhager. I am Artistic Director for Jazz here at Joy in Aiken, and we are so thrilled to have you here for our third annual Joy in Aiken Jazz Camp. You're going to hear a lot of music from these students. Let's give it up for these students right now. We have so much music in store this afternoon, so sit back, relax. You're going to enjoy the show. Here they come. One more round of applause. Here they come. Our first ensemble for today. Now, while they're getting set up, I just want to say a few things. We've just wrapped up 4 incredible, inspiring, powerful days of the study of jazz music. We've been playing jazz. We've been talking about jazz. We've been learning the history of jazz. We've been learning the lessons of jazz music, how to improvise, how to listen to each other, how to work together, how to step out in front and play your first solo, how to improvise, all these things. And we are so proud of how far we've seen these students come over the past 4 days. I can't believe it's only been 4 days. Before we get going, there are a number of folks that make this camp possible. I want to give a big thank you to our Jazz Camp sponsors. First of all, Augusta Aiken ENT and Allergy, and Keith Lynn. Can you give it up for them? A big thank you to Shaw Industries. Let's give it up to Shaw Industries. These folks are making scholarships available, so we have students coming from all over coming to this camp, making it possible. These sponsors are. I also want to give a thanks to our grant funders, the South Carolina Arts Commission. Let's give it up to them. And the National Endowment for the Arts. How about it for them? And today, our concert here is brought to you by the Savannah River Mission Completion. Let's give it up. As well as Aiken Regional Medical Center. One more thank you. Now, it's time for some music. We've got our first band on stage today. They go by the Tonys. And leading them are 2 faculty members. They are both here. This is the 3rd time down here in Aiken for the jazz camp, but they've been to Aiken more times than I can count now. So you've probably seen them on the stage. You've probably seen them around town at the New Moon Cafe or Bolia's or any of their favorite hangout spots in town. I want to give a big thank you and a big welcome to Brian Carter and Dan Chimilinski. How about it?
We've had just such a wonderful time with your young people this weekend, and yeah, Dan, everything you want to say?
You're in for a real treat. This is really, it's every year I'm just shocked at how quickly and how amazing that these students are, and how quickly they learn, and they're able to pick up on things that we have spent our whole lives on. And I firmly believe that this music is in all of us, and it's just whether or not you can tap into it. They definitely have. So I'm going to go ahead and hand the mic over and let them introduce themselves, and we'll have our first. Oh, Ben. Yeah, Ben's going to introduce it.
They've got it from here.
All right. My name is Ben. I play the trombone. I hope you all are ready, because our first tune tonight is going to be One Note Samba, originally written by Antonio Jobim. Tonight our soloists are Julia and Grace there on the end, and I'll also be taking a solo. And I hope you all like it. Have a good time.
Charles Trenet, arranged by Jane Elliott, featuring our vocalist, Cadence.
One, a two, a 1, 2, 3. Beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. My lover's dead, I'm going south. I'm watching the ships that come sail. Beyond the sea, my love's waiting for me. If I could fly like birds on high, and straight to his arms, I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the stars, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond a doubt, my love will leave there soon. Beyond the shore, will this just roar that we will live beyond the sea and never again sailing. So long sailing, bye-bye sailing.
How about for Cadence? And all of the Tonys. Stand up, Tonys. Bravo. Now, we'd like to invite even more folks on stage at this time. So while we do this transition, I'd like to say a couple more thank yous. You know, this camp, it all happens in just 4 days, but it takes an entire year of planning, of scheming, of working to make this possible. I first want to thank the director of our jazz camp, Jack Benjamin. Let's give a big round of applause to Jack Benjamin. And Mason Collins, who I see right there. Mason, who comes, he's a camp alum who comes back to help us out each and every year. Big round of applause for Mason Collins. And of course, this is all part of what we do at Joy in Aiken. If you've ever been to a Joy in Aiken event before, then you might have an idea of what it's all about. If you haven't, maybe this is your first time seeing the whole thing. We present a festival every spring and March. We present a holiday concert. We get into the schools all across the county, reaching thousands and thousands and thousands of kids over the past 15 years. This is all possible because of folks who are putting in the work, who have this vision to make this happen for the community here. I want to give first a big thank you to our president of Joy in Aiken, Dr. Sandra Fields. How about it? I want to thank our executive director of Joy in Aiken, Janice Jennings. And the entire board of trustees of Joy in Aiken. Let's give them a big round of applause. Okay, looks like we're set up now. It's time for some more music. We're going to do something now that I'm very excited about. This is something that's never been done before. Here to introduce what's coming next. Please give a big round of applause for Kai.
You've made it halfway through our program. The next piece is conducted on the spot by Riley, so give it a round of applause.
This is an original composition by the band. How about it for this band? Now that we have everyone up here on stage, I want to introduce one more faculty member who we're so lucky to have. She came down here for the first time last year and was so inspired by all these students and all the work that they did that I couldn't wait to bring her back down here again this year. Let's give it up for Jade Elliott. Now, that last song we just played was one that we composed on the spot, in the moment. It had never happened before. This next one that we're going to share with you is also an original, but I'm going to pass the microphone off to Julia to tell you a little bit about it.
Good afternoon. Yeah. So in this next piece, we would really like to thank all of our faculty, which is Matisse, who sadly isn't with us here tonight. We would also like to thank Riley, Brian, Dan, and Jade, and they will be featured in this next song. So we hope you enjoy it.
This is an original composition by this band. This is called the Aiken Blues. Jay Elliott. How about applause for the students? That's right. Now we're going to do one more stage transition. Ready, set, go. And while we set up the stage for our final ensemble, I'd like to say a couple more thank yous. You know, it's such a privilege for us to be in this space. We have taken over the whole space on this stage, running back to the rooms back there. Every day we break out into sectionals where we focus on our instruments. We have improv classes where we learn music theory and harmony and improvisation. We have ensemble rehearsals. We have jazz history class where we listen to old recordings from New Orleans jazz and Louis Armstrong through the swing era, Duke Ellington, through bebop, South Carolina's own Dizzy Gillespie, learning about hard bop, free jazz, cool jazz, Miles Davis, you name it. But it's all thanks to having access to this space here at USC Aiken, here at the Etheridge Center. So I want to give a big thank you to Paul Crook, the director of the Etheridge Center. I want to give a big thank you to our team here that makes the show happen. I'm talking about Mary Fran Crook, our production manager in the back over there. Let's give it up for Mary Fran. I'm talking about Lance Jones doing sound. You guys give it up for Lance. And the entire team here, Isaac Callahan, James Grigsby, and Kayla Gardner. One more big thank you to everyone here at the Etheridge Center. And look at that, we got a whole new band. So, here to introduce this next song, I'd like to give the microphone over to Olivia.
Good afternoon. How's everyone feeling tonight? Tired? Happy? Sad? Maybe kind of. This next piece that we're playing for you is called So What by Miles Davis on the famous album Kind of Blue. Enjoy.
How about it for Ben on the piano? Olivia on the clarinet. Jalen on the trumpet. Jacoby on the trombone. Nick on the bass. Now before we play our last song, oh, in our tenor saxophone battle, how could I forget? How about it for Kai and Kuyan? The tenors. The tenors, wow. Now, before we play our last song for this afternoon, I've said a lot of thank yous, but there are a couple more very, very important thank yous. First, I want to thank this faculty that comes from all across the country to be here, to get up every morning and come down to the Etheridge Center and give it their all. It's really inspiring for me to see, and not only to see them come down once, but to come down year after year and be a part of all these students' lives, serve as mentors to all of them, watch them grow. It's a beautiful thing. So Brian and Dan and Jade and Matisse, who's on his way to London right now, let's give one more big round of applause to them. And the reason we do it, the reason it's so wonderful, is because of these students. So let's have one more round of applause for these students who come here and give it their all. And the last thank you of the day, which is the biggest thank you of the day, is I want to thank all of the parents, the grandparents, the guardians, the family, the band directors, the folks who get these kids here every day, the folks who have music in the home, the folks who are making this happen for all of us. All of us students, can we give a huge thank you to everyone here in the audience in the house tonight? That's right. We have so many schools represented here at the Joy and Aiken Jazz Camp. And what's so exciting about this program is that all these students go back to their schools and they take all this swing, all this enthusiasm, all this improvisation, and this is how the change really happens. It's so inspiring to see. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the microphone off to Ben, who's going to introduce the final selection for today.
Welcome back. It's me, Ben here. Coming up next in our last song for today is Moaning from, wait a second, what is it from again? Oh, Bobby Timmons. Oh, enjoy.
Thank you.
How about it for this band? Elias, Olivia, Ty, Leon, Ben, Jacoby, Braxton, Jalen, Nick, Logan. How about it for this band? And how about it for all the students? Come on out, let's have a bow. One more time, Jade Elliott, Brian Carter, Dan Shimolinski, and all the students of the Joy and Aiken Jazz Band. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a beautiful night. We love you.